And welcome back to Legends of Arcadia Genesis. At the end of our last break, the party defeated a Medusa and now stands in their lair alone with the dead corpse. What do you do?
I go over to Rook and I shake the statue. Rook!
You mean
Rook! No, Ren, no, Hugo! Hugo!
I'm fine, Kogo. I'm still here.
I can't even see you.
Oh.
Hugo! Hugo!
I think you admire the planes and angles of my new stony features.
His chiseled chin.
It's quite chiseled now. Tell me about the individual hairs on Hugo's leg. Are they also like little bits of stone that come off?
I think they it's like little they're like little imperfections, right? Like little cracks in the stone after everything's
So it's not like you've got all these like hairy rocks coming off of your legs.
No.
They're in cut.
They're probably like etchings almost, would probably be the better way to put it.
I know that there are ways to return people back from stone to flesh, but it is quite the powerful magic.
Perhaps this is a cruel twist of fate from the gods. Twisted lesson. Rook approaches the poor boy.
I'm going to lean forward towards the statue.
I pull my blindfold off and hood back.
I guess I bump into Rook because I didn't see him until a second ago, and we both tried to approach the statue at the same time. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I'll say to Hugo, I'm a half-elf. I have many more years to live. And if it's not today, then one day, when I am a powerful druid that people look up to, when I win the fight club, I'll come back here, and I'm going to free my old sparring partner, no matter what.
Oh, you're giving up on him already? Jesus Christ, Rook! My God! Or Ren, whoever you are. Jesus.
You don't even know our names, and you're complaining about me.
At least I'm not giving up on Noman, I say as I walk into this section.
I'm not giving up on him. I'm making him a promise.
I leave her. I go explore this room. What is this thing? Is this a unicorn? Are these piles of hay? What is this a fence? Is it electric?
What?
Yes.
Where is it?
Electric
Oh my
fence?
God, it is.
I try not to pee on it.
Koibu, you wander into this room to the west of the main hall. You find a dimly lit room lit by a single torch in the corner that has a pen, a wooden pen inside. And there you see a sickly looking unicorn, one with many wounds throughout its body.
It's not turned to stone.
It is not turned to stone. It seems weak and feeble, and it has been bled profusely.
I hack apart the fence.
Stain. You hack apart the fence.
I take my sword and I chop it to bits.
Mm-hmm.
Or, just a small enough area that I can walk in and out.
Absolutely.
Make sure not to break the fence with your foot, though.
Use my sword. Okay? Fine. And
check the fence for nails first.
I guess I don't have anything unicorny on me, so I will just walk up to it. I've got a whistle and give it a low whistle through my and try to approach.
As you approach with your low whistle, the unicorn at first reacts fearfully, right? It curls itself up into the corner, and then recognizes your not the creature that has been bleeding it dry. And it seems to just kind of eye you warily as you approach.
Poor thing. Oh my god. What has happened to you? And I don't have any med kits, so I will just stroke it a few times, get the lay of the land, try and figure out how badly wounded it is, and then I will go get help from, the healer and the ranger, who are actually capable of dealing with a like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think by now we will have heard the whistle and been summoned.
Yeah. I will also I'll try and talk to it before the others show up, see if it speaks.
The unicorn doesn't speak back to you, but what do you say to the unicorn?
You have a name? Who are you? How did you get here?
The unicorn doesn't speak, but as it looks into your eyes, you get the answers to your questions. This unicorn's name is Moonlight. It cannot speak, as I think is what you asked it, but it was stolen. Says it's captured, and you see an image of that horrifying creature you just slew flash into your brain.
Don't worry, Moonlight. We're here to rescue you. We'll get you out of here. No problem. Just stay chill. I got a cleric, and I got a dirty forest man for you. I'll be right back. And I will go fetch the cleric.
Rook was standing next to Hugo's statue, eyeing it, trying to think of a really good lecture to give him while he is petrified. Not coming up with the words, and then he hears the whistle. He's like, what is that? And wanders off down the hall after Claybill.
Yeah, I guess I'm walking down the hallway as well.
Rook and Ren.
Oh,
I've got to introduce you to someone.
Oh,
this is Moonlight. Come here.
That's horrific. There, girl. Rook says, sheathing his swords if he hasn't already. And I think instinctively the animal is calmed and befriended. I assume this is not domestic, it's non-hostile.
It is non-hostile.
And I can approach it and befriend it automatically. If it might be a wild animal, in which case it would get a save versus...
I think in this case, it would normally be a wild animal, in fact, a magical one, but it is in such a weakened condition, and it knows that you and this strange man that pet it earlier have shown it more kindness than it has seen up till now. So
is this
it
like hay that it can eat in the corner over here?
It is, yes. So it is wet and moldy and not particularly great, but it does seem as if it has been fed to this creature.
Do you have a good berry? Rook says to Faye. Or anything else?
Do I have a good... I don't think I did not cast a spell this morning, so no. But I'm going to approach the unicorn and kneel down next to it and say, I'm not going to hurt you. I need you to hold very still, though. And I think Ren is running her fingers through the long mane of the unicorn, slowly, taking out the knots and, picking away the dirt. And slowly braids its mane into long, thin braids, casting cure light wounds like this to heal a little bit of the damage it's received from all the blood taken, I guess.
You cast your spell, and it seems to strengthen the creature. It has been wounded all over. You can see it has been bled profusely, but with your magic infusing it, it seems to regain some of its lost strength. Enough that after you're done with it, it can stand on its own, begins to shakily get to its feet and begin to kind of walk around this room. Eventually, it will tear down the rest of this fencing, stomp on it pretty good, and make its way as if to leave. Before it does, it turns around and bows its head before the four of you, as Noman is around. Geez, don't forget about me. And it bows its head, and the horn upon its head, almost like falls off as if it molts in front of you. And as it kind of kneels its head down, the horn rolls on the ground up to the feet of the group of you. And you get this like, not words, but this like reassurance of like gratitude from the unicorn. And with that, it races off past the barking dogs that were keeping guard, letting you know that something has gone past them.
I will pick up the horn from the ground and hold it in my hands. So we do know that such a horn is able to disperse the red mist. That's what Matrigal said, right?
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other properties we know about of unicorn horns? I mean, it's a very mythical item, so I'm not sure if my healer capacities are great enough to know what it does exactly.
The stories hold their healing powers in high regard. It is thought to be able to heal any poison. It is thought to be able to reverse curses and magical effects. There's great power in a unicorn's horn, which has been sought after.
I will sprinkle some dust over the unicorn horn. I'm pretty sure it's magical already, but I want to sort of investigate the magic. So I want to get what sort of type it is, its strength. I don't think there's any mechanical things I need out of this, but I do want to be learning more about the weird fey wild magics.
Absolutely. When you sprinkle your magics upon it and view it, you get an intense aura from the horn. It is probably the strongest magic you have laid your eyes on to this point, using your detect magic. The school of it might actually be necromantic, just because of the weird way that AD&D is.
Right, because necromancy is actually the forces of life and death, and not necessarily.
Right. Yeah.
In nature.
Let me. Actually, it is a necromantic aura, but it is a bright and intense necromantic aura from the unicorn horn.
Does Ren carry the horn?
Yep, I have it.
And then I guess
we're all thinking the obvious thing, right?
What's that? Apparently not so obvious. Apparently not.
Unicorn horn, powerful life energy, people turn to stone, and maybe, I don't know, unstone them. But there's a lot of people here. Clearly we have to start with Hugo, but there are some morality questions about bringing back people from the dead after such a long period of time, and who we should bring back first, and if we have unlimited uses of it, and if we don't.
Does it even do that?
I mean, it seems obvious to me, but I don't have any evidence to support that. That's just sort of gut check.
I mean, I couldn't try.
Yeah, but what do? Do you tap him with it, or do you stab him with it? Do we grind it into dust and like pour it down his throat?
We need this horn to clear the mist of the cultists.
Yeah, but we also
let's just try the least destructive way first. Crazy idea. I know that's not down your alley, but what if we don't grind it into dust and snort it? And instead just try a gentle approach for the
that makes a lot of sense, but
and snort that.
I'm a little offended that you think that I would try something so destructive off the bat.
Now, that is funny but you brought up the grinding part, didn't you?
There's a lot of ways it could be done. That doesn't mean I'm gonna grind it, okay?
Okay,
you see someone snort dust one time and all of a sudden you think they're hooked on it.
It's been at least a couple times.
It's been at least like 3 times today.
A day. All right.
Are you sure you want to depetrify him right away? Like, couldn't a little bit of time and cold storage teach him a lesson?
Probably
maybe
not
calm
even
down his
in
brash, youthful nature.
You could probably leave him there for 100 years and he wouldn't notice the time pass. I mean, I don't really know. Again, gut check. But why would we leave him any longer than he already is?
Very well.
He's our friend, right? I mean, I get you don't know how to have friends, but the rest of us like Hugo. Ren, right? You like Hugo?
Does Ren walk back into this room?
I will slowly turn around and walk into the other room. I thought we were still talking. Sorry, I didn't realize you guys were running away from me. So.
We were casually walking back to Hugo. Yeah, very well. Tap him with the horn.
Wait, but you might have to say some fancy words. You know, by the blessed moonlight, I heal thee or something.
We don't tell you how to use your sorcery.
You try to tell me a lot of things, Rook. And this is my magic domain, not yours. Probably some magic word. What was that unicorn's name? Was it Moonlight? Moonshine?
Moonlight.
Moonlight? Yeah.
Ren has the horn, right?
Yes.
Yes, I have the horn. So
just bop him on the forehead.
Moonlight's blessing. Come on.
I will approach Hugo.
Probably should have asked Moonlight while she was still here.
Will you be quiet? This requires some sort of concentration. I don't know how easy you think it is.
You two have no idea what this requires. You're making it up as you go along, and I can tell.
I take a deep breath, and I will, similar to how you knight someone, right? I will speak words and then gently tap one shoulder and then the other as I say the Elvish words, because that's the first thing that comes to Ren's head after all the petrified elves. It seems to be right to be bringing people back with Elvish words. She'll say, Malsi Avanya Asmare Aurelia, which translates to but go now with good hearts. And she hopes that this is enough to bring Hugo back from his petrification.
As you touch the horn to Hugo's stoned body, it doesn't seem to react to the words you speak so much as the intention that you give to it. Almost as if the unicorn itself had thought its words to you rather than speaking them. Your intention is brought manifest by the unicorn's horn. You see the horn in front of you kind of glow with a soft warmth, and a portion of its tip begins to unravel, and a good a quarter inch of the horn unwraps itself from the horn, turns into almost like a dew that drips down upon the statue, and as the dew slides down Hugo's form, the stony features soften and melt away. And over time, probably 5 minutes or so, the stone just kind of washes from Hugo's form, and he is once again turned flesh and breathing in front of you.
Hugo.
I think still in my battle pose, I go, I shall lay you low, but...
No, it's okay.
Calm down, youngin. The serpent is dead.
Oh, what happened?
Ren barely nicked her, and it murdered her.
Oh, that was a mighty blow.
She only needed to nick her, though.
I seem to have lost some time. Everything's different.
I'll chuckle and I'll punch him in the gut as he's still slightly breathless.
I vomit up a few more pebbles.
Would you believe me if I told you we found a unicorn?
We did. We really did. You missed it. You missed it all.
Yeah, it's already gone.
I think very noticeably as you have kind of finished your spell or incantation, the unicorn horn that you hold is less than it was before, almost as if a physical portion of it was used for this magic.
Right. I say, I fear we won't be able to unpetrify all these people here. I think we will need the rest of the power to disperse the red mist, as sad as it is.
Is that the horn?
I nod.
It somehow looks about maybe 10 to 15% less grand than I would have expected first laying eyes on.
You're welcome.
You are now 10 to 15% unicorn horn.
Oh.
So, question remains: do we try to save some of these other creatures here, or do we return the horn intact to those who sent us out after it?
I believe we were tasked with getting the unicorn horn ourselves to dispel the mist at the Ponos lair, and then the unicorn itself was to be sent back to the grove for the
He's already taken care of that shit.
Okay.
He's pieced out. The horn, though, we should...
I guess we could try Well, I assume we can't unpetrify everything in here?
We've avenged these poor souls by slaying the serpent.
Leave them in their stasis state for a while longer.
Well, I'll tell you, it wasn't too bad, honestly. I was fighting, and then suddenly there wasn't a fight anymore. It went by in a blink. Maybe somebody will come by and petrify them someday.
Is there any more to look around at in this cave?
There are these other chambers. I guess let's search them.
I loot. There's a chest over here. I get to the chest before
Nomon's already.
The chest is open.
The chest.
Yeah, the chest is open, and a gnome is lounging in it, twirling a tiara on his finger.
Greggy, you get another 9 points. Come on in, buddy.
The chamber here seems to be one of elegance. An enormous throw rug made of silk sits in the center of the chamber. There are torches on either side giving a soft glow. A nice lounge is centered here, as well as a overly fancy bed, one with linens and soft silks. A chest lays beneath it. Statues, 4 statues are in each corner of the room, facing what appears to be a covered standing mirror. Each of them posed almost just so. They look less like people in action and more like statues etched from stone. And a like closed closet or wardrobe stands in the far north of the room. You open the chest, or perhaps Nomon has already popped it open. And in the chest, Gwen has 200 GP and 200 gold and 100 silver coins stashed away in here, loose among the chest. Alongside of it is a beautiful elven-made tiara set with pearl and small precious stones. Nomon will quickly tell you that he believes this is worth at least an additional 1,000 GP from his thiefly eyes.
Well, first, let's split the silver and gold between the people who helped out in the fight. Noman, you sat back and helped. You don't get any money.
I was going to say give Nomon all of it, because he's
just going to steal it when you're not looking anyways.
Well, let's give him something to do. I assumed
he already got to it before we did. While we were fighting, he was
taking it all.
What are you going to do with gold?
Is there enough in there for me to buy a +5 magic sword?
No. I will hand 50 gold to each of the party members and 20 silver to each party member. 25 silver to each party member.
Sure. Excellent. Sure. Alongside the gold and the tiara, as you're distributing the wealth, you find a necklace, a silver chain around an amethyst pendant, and a small ivory box inlaid with swans that you can hear like the rattling of glass inside of.
I'll take the tiara. How much did Noman say it was worth?
About 1,000 gold. Due to his amazing appraisal check that he, texted me.
Don't touch the box.
Yeah, why are you rattling that box? It's got glass.
I'm not touching the box. I'm going for the amulet. Silver chain, amethyst necklace. How much is that worth, Nick? Not Nick. Greg.
The tiara is worth 1,000 gold pieces.
The necklace.
The necklace has not been appraised.
Okay, I will pocket both of them.
So, remind me, Greg.
Yes.
There was a curse by cheese, right?
Indeed.
That turned this very vain lady into what she was when we met her. And now I have like you said, a box that is rattling with 2 swans on it?
Yes. Inlaid with swans, plural. Many swans.
Yeah, that seems to ring some alarm bells for me.
Mm-hmm.
What's in the wardrobe?
You open the wardrobe. Here there are many fine silk clothes.
Rook's playing dress up with the silk clothes.
Yeah, elven spun clothes that are quite fine. You could see in any noble lady's closet. Among them, Rook will find vials, glass vials with a ruddy, like red brown liquid. It reminds you very much of
unicorn blood.
Yes.
Guys, says Rook with a skirt draped over his shoulders.
No, doesn't look good on you. You're more of an autumn.
No, yeah, I didn't like the color. I think the purple doesn't go with your... Oh god, what?
How many vials are there?
There are D10 vials currently full.
I will take one of the D10.
Should we return these to the unicorn?
I don't think it's gonna pump it back in.
There are 4 vials currently full, and there are 6 that are like stained red but are empty.
Well, I'm pocketing 1 vial, and I will carefully roll it up in my pack.
Just take them all.
I will grab all 4. How much does a vial weigh?
A vial will weigh... we'll do that thing where 10 of them weigh a pound.
Nice. And same for the necklace, but the tiara weighs a pound, maybe?
Yeah, the tiara is treasure. It weighs a pound. The necklace is a necklace. We'll call it 10 for a...
Perfect.
I guess at some point you can try to figure out if any of these are magical, but I doubt they are. I don't
know. So the box.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think we should touch the box, Ren?
I think we can. I think you shouldn't open it, whatever it is.
Well, it's a box in a box, so we can carry the big box and therefore carry the small box.
Why are you afraid to open it?
Yeah, but this lady was cursed by cheese with what she is now for her vanity. This might have been done through a gift, you know?
Give it here, says Rook.
No.
Enough, it can't harm him.
I'm already... I know how I look. I'm already cursed by cheese. How much worse could it get?
You know, I really don't like your attitude sometimes. This person was ugly as hell on the inside as well, and I'm sure you're not that.
Hey, now.
I'm going to grab one of the fine silk robes out of the wardrobe. And I'm going to wrap it tightly around that small cheese chest. I'm going to stuff it into my backpack, and I won't anybody else let it, touch it.
Says Rook as he goes back to the wardrobe and picks out some more silk clothes.
So, Greg, did you say there's a large standing mirror in this room?
There are 4 of them in front of 4 stone statues. They are all wrapped and covered by a cloth. All of it is everything in here is fine. It's probably a linen or a silk of some kind.
I just moved to one of the mirrors to try and lift up the corner of a mirror very slowly to try and see if there's something unusual about it, or if it's a standard mirror.
You see polished silver reflecting your peeking eye back at you.
I will very slowly unwrap the mirror with a ready to action to drop the cloth and let it cover itself if something is remotely spooky, and I'm highly spooked already.
You unfurl the mirror and find it to be a standing mirror. The polished silver gleams and it reflects back both yourself and the statue of the I guess this is a human being, an adventurer posed as a statue would be.
We're rich! Look at these giant mirrors of polished silver. Do you know how much money these are worth? It's literally silver. Come on, we can pile these up. We'll have money for days.
I don't think anyone's going to come here anytime soon. We can always come back after we finish the rest of our business.
We'll get distracted. There'll be another damsel in distress, or an evil king that needs. There's going to be a something. We should take it now while we've got the
I have a feeling the Ponos Cave is a bigger concern than.
Town is on the way to the Ponos Cave. We can just deposit this in our treasury in town, or sell it in town.
Do you really want to?
Anyway.
How do you plan to pull back these enormous silver mirrors?
Well, we stack them on top of each other, and one person grabs the back end, the other person grabs the front end, and we carry it like a stretcher between the two of us.
That sounds exhausting.
I'm so sorry, your Lord Letus. I didn't think a little bit of physical effort would be too much for you, but don't worry, the gnome and I will carry it.
Oh, well, I mean, that's fine then.
Roll my eyes at him. Gurgi! Gurgi, get in here!
You want another point, Gurgi?
I will take the fire.
Gurgi wants to be point master.
Yep, Gurgi, thank you for the torch, thank you for the oil, and the blah blah. I put that away. You get a point right now if you help me carry these mirrors.
Gurgi attempts to lift the mirror and does so easily, but is not as careful as you would expect, and immediately bangs it into the statue and knocks it into thing. All right, yeah.
I mean, I can just melt it down for its value in silver, even if we lose the polished nature of it. So, try not to bang it around too much, Gurgi, but grab these 4 together, and careful on the weight, Greg, because the more it weighs, the more it's worth. So.
I think that Gurgi's 18 strength will carry these, but will complain bitterly the entire time.
That's great. Yeah.
Gurgi, you should ask for extra points.
More points. Points for each mirror.
Yes, 1 point for each mirror. Absolutely, yes. Gurgi. 4 points
5
for you.
5 points for Gurgi.
I
will eat you soon, little one.
You didn't light the torch. We didn't need it, so you only get the 4 points for the 4 mirrors. All right,
he throws the mirrors on the ground.
No, you get it.
5 points.
5 points. You got it, Gurgi. It's all
points.
You. Yep. I give Noman a knowing look don't worry, I'm not going to let him eat you. You can get 9, but at some point
your
impossible.
math is going to be off, and then this is going to go badly. Oh, no.
Some basic math somewhere.
We just got to finish the campaign before we get to 10. It's all good.
I mean, true. Oh, God. Okay, well. I guess we're making. There's no more to explore around here.
But there was a way north, right?
Was there?
There is a way north. So I will admit that there is no map north. It ends where you see it end on the map. I forgot to just add it, and that way. If you had talked with the snake people that you murdered, you would have known that this is where the sect of snake people that are following Medusa live, and you have entered essentially the back door. So what you hear from down that hall is just a host of snake women noises. You hear the sounds of an army of people back there somewhere.
Let's not go that way. Let's go.
And they weren't alerted to our slaying of the Medusa?
You get the impression that there probably had to have been some amount of noise or alertness that went down there, and they just haven't bothered coming to check. They are perhaps scared or don't care or unwilling, but nothing and no one has come down that hall into this room.
Great. Let's go.
Yeah. We should. Did the Cloak of Elvenkind catch fire when Faye
Is it still there?
Crit the shit out of it?
No, it will still be there. It's a magic item.
How about to Neal? How many Cloaks of Elvenkind did Grime shred through? Literal pounds.
Literal pound. Did you grab that cloak, Ryan?
Sure, yeah, I'll grab it. I wear 2. Does that make me double invisible?
Yes. Double invisible all the way.
I feel like Ren should take this one. It was your kill, anyways.
Are you handing it over to her?
Yeah.
And it's your people, right? You're at least half an elf.
I'm gonna gouge out the Medusa's eyes, carefully not looking at the eyes as I do it.
Yeah.
Roll
a D100, Sean.
Well, I should get a bonus on the kind of fact that I'm making a back attack.
this time 80 to 100 though.
Well, oh
God. All right.
Really? We're not using more of that unicorn horn.
I'm kidding.
I'm not gonna. I'm being an ass. Like from the back of the
that's
head, I'm gonna gouge out the eyes, and I'm gonna pick up the head and take it with us
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very nice.
Why?
as a trophy. Ren slew a Medusa.
I think it's still dangerous to look at.
Well, that's why I took the eyes out, and I'll like hold the face up toward you, and you'll see like blank eye sockets staring. Rook looks away.
Rook closes his eyes and looks away. This is serious. What's your name? Hugo.
Hugo.
Okay. You could have killed me.
I think probably would have been fine, most likely, probably. Look, we'll take it back to town and we'll see what happens there. Maybe some ill fortune.
Absolutely not. Put that down right now.
Fine. You'll have to live by the word of our deed, Ren. No proof for you, I'm afraid.
I have enough proof of it, I say, as I put up my hood and disappear.
All right, I'll leave the head behind.
All right. And so the party leaves the Medusa cave behind and heads back out into the forest, intending to carry these large, heavy silver mirrors and all their loot back to town. I think as the session ends today, you're making your way back down out of this mountain and into the forest. Ren, as your mother is second ranger, she has eyes and ears in the forest. What is the animal that comes to you to talk?
I think it has to be a bird because she named me when I was small. So maybe she's actually sending out a tiny wren as well. So I know what it is.
Excellent. A tiny wren comes and finds the party, and it probably alights nearby you and drops a curled bit of tree, dark and black, a bit of ominous prophecy, and it speaks to the party, and it says, "The tree of woe grows. Something awful has happened south of our woods. I feel you must hurry home." And that is where the session will end today.
Good game, everybody. Experience points. Hand them over.
Experience points. Indeed. Give me just a minute to calculate for you.
10,000 per character?
No, not quite.
6,036 per character.
Actually, I want, is my math right? Yes. I want each of you to take home 2,175 experience points.
And then how many hit dice was the Medusa?
The hit dice of the Medusa was 6.
Okay.
So they
2175.
6 times 40. Are we level 4? Yeah, 40.
2656.5 if you have your 10% bonus, Ryan. Or do Rangers have different individuals?
They have I've got 7 Prime Rex now. I don't think I used any special abilities today.
Shit ton of spells today.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I cast a duplicate object.
Yep.
I cast a bunch of detect magics. I don't know how many of them you want to include. There was.
Let's give you like one big detect magic thing. Sure. Like just take a spell for all of your magic detection.
Okay, so 1 for detect magic, 1 duplicate object, 1 ball of force,
Absolutely.
1 shadow snap. I tried, but it didn't work all the way. And then let's see, I did locate landmark, but that was already kind of in the direction that we knew. That sort of just reinforced that.
You were burning a spell slot so you could memorize something else there.
True. That's true. That levels then.
Yep.
Okay.
I hate the individual rewards.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of fun to have characters that are slightly different power levels, figuring out how to work together cooperatively. But it feels like weird min-maxing.
That's fair.
Like I don't want to be like, but I tracked today. I calmed down the unicorn.
That's the worst part about playing the wizard is I have to like log everything I casted and then be like, well, I cast color spray.
You did do those things, right? Like those are uses of your powers.
I dual wielded.
I think it's just like
Well, I'm glad you guys are bringing it up because I'm now embarrassed to argue for my ethos spells, but I kind of want some XP, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I think so. I don't think the cure light wounds matter for my ethos, but I do think that the entanglement to bury the elves in the home of the village. I think that's legit, Druid. And I think also getting revenge by slicing off the head of the Hydra with a flame, but like with a flame scimitar. Sorry, yes.
You did cast a
not a Hydra.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
And one more, which is using a fairy fire, which is inherently a phase spell to outline the enemy of the petrified elves. Thank you. Very graceful, Greg. You're very kind today. I know I'm
except to Sean.
I swear to God, I did not. I'm
kind to everyone, and I'm a dick to Sean. That's
no, it's fine.
You let him get unpetrified.
Yeah,
that's
generous.
True.
When you asked me to write out Nomon instead of just phasing him to the background, I was like, oh, I actually have a way to do this. I'll just stone him.
Oh, well, can you imagine Nick's face as he's watching on his mobile phone? He'd be so mad.
Neal actually did that in one of the games I played in.
Yeah.
It was here's Graveyard. I used stoned Devo.
Nice.
Lovely.
Did he ever come back?
No.
Not really.
I think we gave his like petrified body to a witch or something in exchange for items.
Nice. That's nice of you guys. That's great. So that's my God.
I think that's a great choice.
I think in 5e petrification is just takes like a 5th or a 7th level priest to fix, right? It's healed by lesser.
Yeah, but like
maybe it's greater.
Where are you ever going to find one of those?
Greg, can we actually resolve whether any of these items were magical?
Do you have identify
magic?
Or
no, we have a detect magic.
Do you have another detect magic now?
Yes. So the blood of the unicorn radiates magic inside of the bottles. The necklace with the pendant, the amethyst pendant, radiates magic. And the things inside of your small ivory box radiate magic.
Well, and I would have done that by sprinkling the dust so everyone together can see. Sure. Magical. You said it was the tiara, not the silver.
No, the tiara is not magical, but the necklace with the amethyst pendant is.
I pointedly do not wear it. I just keep it in my backpack.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you all for playing with us. That was a lot of fun, and we will hopefully see you before like another month
Christmas
passes. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're not doing next weekend, but we're doing the weekend after, right?
The 3rd of October, I think so.
I mean, that's just our regular schedule at that point.
Yep. Back to our regular every other week schedule, I think.
All right.
Until something comes up.
Does that hit the weekend of like the 15th, 16th?
Does. So we might have
that is the date of my brother's wedding, like right in there.
So then we'll do 3rd and then 24th.
Or 3rd and 10th, depending. We'll figure it out, guys, but we'll see each other on the 3rd, which is exciting. Okay, let's go.
All right. Bye. Peace out.
Bye.